It is Tuesday, which of course means it's time to answer the questions that you guys send in every single week on the BrendenPlayz forums at brendenplayz.com/forums or in the YouTube comments section down below. Of course, we are available on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, and here on YouTube. Alright, so this week's Monday Night Raw was pretty damn good, and we're coming up towards Battleground this week as well. We also had a pretty big week as well on the channel with TLC dropping, and we're going to talk about TLC in a moment, but yeah, not a bad week. Not a bad week indeed. And we got a lot of good stuff in store for you in the next few weeks as well here on the channel as well. So, yep, we got TLC done and dusted. Next up is the Royal Rumble. So I want to give you guys a quick thank you for watching TLC. And we pretty much had all great comments about TLC. I think all you guys pretty much enjoyed it. I do apologize for the long wait. That was obviously not planned, not intentional, but we did run into a few issues with TLC. If you've been following me on Twitter, Facebook, blah, 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 you would have known that. But we got there in the end. It was a two-part video. I'm thinking about making the two parts permanent. And, you know, especially for the Royal Rumble, considering the Royal Rumble match itself is probably going to be like 40 minutes long. Maybe we'll do two parts there, an hour, something like that. Just to kind of, I don't know, like, it gets the videos out faster. And as well as that, like, it's less rendering and uploading time for me, so I can get them out quicker for you guys. And, I mean, it is a bit more of a pain to kind of watch two videos rather than one, but it's really not that difficult to do. I mean, only if you're very lazy would you not do that. But, yeah, so far, not too bad. I mean, the first video obviously got a lot more views than the second. I'm hoping that does even out a little bit more in the end. I'm doubting it, but I don't know why. I mean, maybe a lot of people kind of checked out the first one, didn't really dig it, didn't go to the second. Perhaps that's why. I don't know. But overall, pretty good success in the end. I mean, if you count up both videos, you know, we had like 900 likes and, oh man, like 23,000 views. So it's pretty good. So I want to thank you guys for checking out TLC and enjoying it. So I'm glad you did, because I was a little bit worried considering that it took me quite some time to get it out and get it uploaded. I was hoping that it did live up to the hype. Otherwise, I would have been in some trouble from you guys, that's for sure. But some of you guys are wondering, where are the other videos? Where's my career mode? Where's the GM modes? And even when's the next universe mode going to drop? Obviously, that's going to all be happening in the next couple of weeks. So my career mode, I'm going to try and get one out tomorrow so we can get that back on track. And then we'll probably do a universe mode and then a GM mode, and we'll get back on track. And if I can, maybe I'll try and do a number of videos and get them all prepared and rendered out earlier so we can, you know, have more videos in store for you guys, and perhaps even double uploads and things like that can occur if my internet allows it. But that'd be great if we can have more videos out for you guys a bit more sooner, because I know you guys are kind of really craving the content, especially like the new GM mode and the universe mode, of course. So if we can get that on the ball, you know, we can get on the ball of that, you know, that'd be fantastic. Alright, so Monday Night Raw this week, I gotta say, I really enjoyed this week's show. I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't really expecting much coming in. I mean, it was the go-home show for Battleground, and I didn't actually think Brock Lesnar would be on the show, but it was a nice surprise to see him on here. Obviously, they did the whole recap of him busting up the car last week. J&J was gone. They went anywhere to be found. So we had Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar come out. Paul Heyman cutting another fantastic promo. Really hyped up this match for me for Battleground. This really was a great night for me in hyping up this Battleground main event, because I'm certainly looking forward to it. But coming into this show, I wasn't really caring for it all that much. I didn't know who was going to win. I wasn't really sure, you know, didn't know what was going to happen. I was just thinking, oh my god, is this going to be a fuck finish? Kane and J&J are going to interfere. It's going to be the same old crap, yada, yada, yada. But now, I don't know, because Kane's gone. He's obviously injured. J&J are both gone. Who else is going to help Seth Rollins out? I don't know. Will we see a new person debut in the Authority? Will Triple H himself get involved? I hope not. I don't know. I don't know what's the next step. And will Seth Rollins just simply lose to Brock Lesnar? Will it just be Brock and Seth one-on-one, no interference, the better man will win? I doubt it, but I guess that's the way we got to think coming into this one. And unless, you know, they do debut a new member of the Authority, and who that would be, I have no idea. I really don't know. Maybe the Big Show will come out and KO punch Brock Lesnar, because apparently he's a a friend of the Authority or something like that. That's possible. Oh, God, I hope not, but it is possible. But it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I could see that old prick come out and just punch Brock Lesnar about 6 times, and Brock Lesnar will still be on his feet, but he'll try. But I still see Seth Rollins winning somehow, though. I don't see Brock Lesnar winning the title, but we'll talk more about Battleground later on. We have a full Battleground predictions on tonight's show as well. So obviously a great opening segment. I think we had the Big Show match or whatever the hell it was. I don't know. I don't really care what happened next. But moving on, probably the biggest highlight of the night, I never thought I'd really say this, was the Divas. The Divas was probably the best segment of the show. And of course, it was the debut of Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Sasha Banks. So Stephanie came out. Well, the Bellas came out, kind of promo, said how great they are, whatever. Stephanie came out and kind of put them in their place. And out came Paige, and then Becky and Charlotte joined her, so that was great. But I was a little bit surprised about what happened next. We had Naomi and Tamina come out as well, so I was like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? And then Sasha Banks comes out, and I'm thinking, well, she's a heel, and she's clearly a heel. You can't call yourself the boss and be a babyface. So is she just going to be the odd person out with the Pages group, or what's going on? But it seems though Sasha Banks aligned herself with Naomi and Tamina. So we have this kind of triple threat, 3-man, or 3-diva group thing going on. So, Naomi, Sasha, and Tamina versus Paige, Charlotte, and Becky versus the Bellas and Alicia Fox. So this is kind of a really interesting dynamic we have here. We haven't really had a thing like this for quite some time. So maybe at SummerSlam we're going to have like a triple threat, triple threat match, triple threat tag match, 3-on-3-on-3. That would be cool. I mean, that would be crazy, but it'd be pretty cool. I mean, I don't know. I think this is a really cool and interesting dynamic, and I really did like the segment. I think, nobody was really made to look bad. I think everyone got a bit of offense in. Everyone did okay. Obviously, the newer divas got the upper hand at the end of the show, at the end of the segment, I should say, which is the way it should have been, obviously. But it was definitely very good, and it was obviously a great sign for the Divas division. Something we could look forward to. This is something fresh, something exciting, and 3 new divas, which in a Divas division that desperately needed new divas. Honestly, the divas they have are awful. They needed something new, something fresh, ASAP. So thank God they delivered on that. So now I think the divas, well, they have a chance. Give the divas a chance. Well, this is the chance they have. This is the chance that they need to finally become relevant, because they actually got chance. People are actually cheering. People are actually excited to see this. And that's something that has not happened in a long time in the Divas division, In a Divas division where I do like Nikki Bella, but you got Nikki, you got Naomi, Tamina, Brie, Alicia, Paige. Just boring, same old crap. I mean, Naomi sucks, Tamina sucks. Paige is good, but the gimmick, the role she's in just isn't suiting her. The Bellas, they're okay, and Alicia, well, she's never really going to be anything. So it's just not interesting. But you add in these 3 divas that can actually be something, that actually can offer something to this division. It's very refreshing, and now it's very, very interesting. So I think all 3 teams are looking decent. Obviously, I think Paige's team, if they're going to have a match at SummerSlam or whatever, they're probably going to win, which is the way it should be. But I'm a little bit intrigued on what they're going to do with Sasha Banks, how they're going to cope with her, what they're going to do with her with this Naomi thing. Is she going to be the leader of their group now? Is she going to be in control? She's going to be the boss? One would have to assume yes, but Naomi's obviously been in control, but is she going to have to step aside? So will there be some friction between, those 3, some tension, just what's going to go on there, and obviously how the Bella's going to react to this. Nikki basically thought she was going to have an easy run to becoming the longest reigning champion. So will we see a new champion? I think at the moment, we'll probably see Nikki not have to defend her championship at Battleground, and she'll survive till SummerSlam because there probably won't be a title match. Then what's after that Night of Champions, she'll obviously have to put the championship on the line. So I don't know, will that be the night she loses the championship? Because I think she will not lose it until then. That's probably the earliest time we'll see her lose it. So definitely at the moment, Nikki's got that title wrapped up. I do think she's going to break the record. I think that's been the plan for quite some time now. But I don't mind it because I really didn't want them to kind of debut one of these NXT girls, bring them up, and straight away give them the championship. I mean, it didn't work with Paige, in my opinion. I mean, it made Paige the top of the division straight away, and obviously a legitimate threat. But Paige was very much exposed. I really didn't like Paige when she first came in. It took me about 6 months to grow on Paige because she just wasn't quite ready for that big spot yet. She just wasn't quite ready to be the champion. They should have slowly built her up. She could have gained her confidence because you could tell after 6 to 12 months she had just gotten so much better. And I'm glad they're not going to rush in and give one of these girls the championship just quite yet. I mean, I think all three of them could easily do it, but I just feel as though you give them a few months at least to kind of, work into it, get used to things, and then you start to, give them championships and whatnot, because just those extra few months, in my personal opinion, gives us time to kind of develop and, enjoy and want to watch these characters win these championships. Obviously, as a babyface as well, coming in on your first night and winning as a babyface is very difficult to do, in my opinion, and be successful in the long term. Obviously, coming in from NXT, yes, they have a small following, but in a larger scale, we don't know anything about these girls. So all we know is they're good competitors from NXT. That's all we really know. So if this is a blank sheet, what do we know about them? That's it. So, in my opinion, waiting and deciding when is the right time is probably better. And, don't rush into things and just give them a chance to breathe and give them a chance to build up their characters before you give them the belt. So I think definitely at the earliest Night of Champions will be the time Nikki drops the belt, but I don't know if she will have the longest reigning record then. I don't know. But whenever she does, will probably be the time. As soon as she gets the record, I think she'll probably drop the title straight away. Probably my best bet would be Charlotte. I think Charlotte would probably be their first pick out of the lot. Obviously, the crowd can easily kind of connect with her because, Ric Flair's daughter. Pretty easy to do that if they want. They can have Nature Boy come out for a segment and endorse her or something like that. Easily could be done. And, so I won't spend too much more time on this. I mean, it was obviously a great segment, a big highlight of the show. It's a pretty big deal, but definitely a fantastic segment. I'm very much so intrigued, and I won't be skipping the Divas matches anymore. But a match that I will be skipping at Battleground, and a match I did skip on Monday Night Raw, Bad News Barrett and R-Truth. Piss break. In fact, I watched this on the delay, so I didn't even have to watch it all. So I just went, bang, skip their whole match, skip their whole segment. I didn't have to watch any of it. And why would I? Why would I watch this? How many times have we seen these two guys verse each other, and how many times has it come out as the crowd just been silent? Too many. And now we're having another pay-per-view match between these guys. This is almost, like Roman Reigns and Big Show worthy. I mean, these guys had matches months ago, and now they're just feuding again. For what reason? Over an imaginary crown that R-Truth thinks he has, and then over Bad News Barrett's horrible King of the Ring pathetic gimmick that he's trying to do. It's just bad. It's just bad. I just can't watch it. So, Bad News Barrett is on the shit list. So, anybody on the shit list, I just skip their matches. So, Bad News Barrett, I know you're not listening, but I don't watch your matches. So, I don't want to watch anything you do because you suck. That's simple. R-Truth I do like, but, I mean, he's at a position in his career right now where I don't really care at all. And they haven't really given me a reason to care. Like, what has he done? Nothing. He's just been a joke for so long. And, they have these moments where they just feel like pushing him for no reason. I mean, this year he's been given a lot of TV time. For what reason, I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, are they running out of guys to use? Running out of guys to be like to put over? I mean, R-Truth has beaten Bad News Barrett so many times now. I mean, Bad News Barrett is absolutely done. He's done. What credibility does Bad News Barrett have now? King of the Ring winner, and then losing to R-Truth every freaking week. It's bad. I mean, if you're a Bad News Barrett fan, I'm certainly not one, but I would be definitely worried about Bad News Barrett because I think he might be getting like the Dolph Ziggler treatment where he's just going to be losing every freaking week. You know, he had some momentum, doing okay, but now he's just going to lose every damn week, and he's just going to be nothing. I think they're finally giving up on Bad News Barrett, which is about damn time, because the amount of times they pushed this guy and he's just done absolutely nothing, doesn't sell any merch, doesn't do anything, is just too damn high. So it's about time they drop this guy and give someone else a chance, because he just does not deserve it right now. Another one of the highlights of the show, I thought, was probably one that went unnoticed, but New Day's promo. I love these guys. I mean, I'm a big fan of Primetime Players, but they really haven't excelled or done much as tag champs. But the New Day, their promo on Raw this week was hilarious. I was cracking up. I loved it. So I'm honestly thinking that the New Day, they should win the tag titles back. I really do like them. I think they're funny. I just think, I don't know why they're losing every week as well. The Primetime Players are beating them every freaking week. So the New Day have gone from being this really smart, really great tag team. You know, they've struggled for a long time, but now they're putting two and two together, or 3 and 3 together, and they're really working well as a team. And as soon as they lose those titles, they cannot win a match to save themselves. They cannot beat the Primetime Players to save themselves. So at the pay-per-view, we've had the Primetime Players beat the New Day 4 weeks in a row. Every damn week. So why the hell are we going to believe that the New Day are going to get it done on the pay-per-view? We're not. So these guys haven't won a match in so long. I don't think, what are they going to do? Like, how the hell are they going to win this one? So my interest in their tag team match at the pay-per-view is completely gone, because, you could at least had Kofi Kingston versus Darren Young one-on-one and had Kofi Kingston beat Darren Young. If you didn't want to have the tag team, so to say, lose, you could have had them get a couple singles victories over both members of the team and do that. But instead, they're just having them lose every freaking week, and I just don't understand it. And I know a lot of people are asking me the question this week, what is going on with the New Day? I don't know. I really don't know, and I'm a little concerned. I'm a fan of the New Day. I really didn't like them when they were trying to be baby faces, but now they're just doing everything perfectly. They're funny, they're entertaining, they're just great. A great part of the show, a fantastic part of the mid-card, and I really hope that they don't kind of ruin them, so to say. They don't really have any other tag teams, so I think they kind of have to make the Primetime Players look good, but there's a way of making someone look good without really hurting the other tag team, and they continue to hurt the other tag team. Having Mark Henry, who, by the way, he has flip-flopped again. I swear to God, 3 weeks ago he was a heel. Now he's a babyface again. What the fuck is Mark Henry doing? He is worse than the Big Show. He's worse than the Bellas. What is Mark Henry? Is he a heel? Is he a babyface? Wasn't it like 3 weeks ago the World's Strongest Slam, Dolph Ziggler or somebody, and now all of a sudden he's dancing in the middle of the ring with the Primetime Players? What the hell is going on? It's like he's as bad as the Bellas right now, who I still don't know what the hell they are. So what the hell is going on? Is Mark Henry just having like a identity crisis? Does he not know who he is? Is 1 week he's angry? Like, does nobody feed him in catering or something? And it's like, what the hell's going on with Mark Henry? But I guess it is irrelevant, because Mark Henry is at this point irrelevant, but it's just kind of annoying that he beats the New Day, who have a title match 6 days away, and Mark Henry, who's doing absolutely nothing at the pay-per-view, gets the victory. Why? I don't know. Couldn't you have Big E pick up Mark Henry, or, all 3 guys in the New Day beat down Mark Henry and then have the New Day win? And it didn't have to beat the champs, but they got the victory over Mark Henry. They won the match. They look strong. They've got the momentum heading towards the pay-per-view. But no, instead we have Mark Henry, who's doing absolutely nothing at the pay-per-view, win. Why? I don't know. But that's one for the WWE writers to explain to me, but that and many other things, but that one baffles me. We also saw the return of Stardust. I wanted to see him come back as Cody Rhodes. I get that they kind of just want to have the show must go on kind of thing with Stardust. He just has to keep doing his thing. It just kind of sucks. Stardust sucks. They can have him try and win every week, but it's just nobody's going to care. If he had to come out I mean, if he had to come out and be like, look, the last few weeks have been really tough on me. I know I've been doing the Stardust thing, but it's time to, pay respect to my dad or whatever, and be the man that he wanted me to be. If they had done that, then I think that the crowd would have really, really, really liked that. I think the crowd would have got all into that, but instead it had him come out and be Stardust, and the crowd, well, they wanted to cheer for him. They wanted to pay their respects. They wanted to like Stardust, but they couldn't because he was just being a heel. They couldn't like him. So they really did miss out on an opportunity. I'm sure the WWE thought about it, but I guess they just went the other way. I mean, do they need more mid-card heels? Perhaps. Is a guy like Neville more important to push than Stardust? Perhaps. But, Stardust did get the victory, though. But I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but I think they're missing out. I mean, the only thing I can think about right now with Stardust is, look, have him come out, be Stardust, be the man he wants to be, and then what they should have done is probably have him lose every week. Lose like 3-4 weeks in a row and realize, look, this isn't for me. This is affecting me. I can't be Stardust anymore because I'm just, I'm not the man that I used to be or whatever. I mean, this is, I'm emotionally not with it or whatever. And, just have him, slowly transition back into the man that he was. Cody Rhodes, like I said before, be the man that his father wanted him to be. And, it's the WWE always exploit someone's death. I mean, look at Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. They love exploiting deaths for their own personal good. But, I'm sure that, I don't know. I mean, is this Cody Rhodes' decision? Is he still wanting to try and develop the Stardust character and do that? I mean, is he worried if he doesn't have a character like Stardust that he'll be irrelevant? Perhaps, I don't know. But to be honest, I think the Stardust is a bad idea, and they should have just nixed it. I think they should have just went, look, stuff it. Let's cut our ties while we can, cut loose while we can, and go back to Cody Rhodes and go from there and try and build something from there. And they could have had like Cody Rhodes, I'm doing this for Dusty, I'm doing this for my dad, and the crowd would have loved it. I mean, it probably, obviously it's a short-term kind of thing, but you could have used that short-term pain for some long-term gain. I don't know. I know that's exploiting the death, but, like I said, they're certainly not ashamed to do that, but, I don't know. Look, I could be wrong. Stardust could come out in the next few weeks and blow everyone's mind and just be fantastic, and, the crowd will finally enjoy his work. I don't know, but to be honest, I just think Stardust is just not working right now. Really, the highlight of the show in terms of matches was the triple threat match between Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Rusev. This match was absolutely incredible. Absolutely love this match. Obviously, Kevin Owens kind of got out of there halfway through it and left for Owens and Rusev to keep going. I tell you what, I'm so glad Rusev's back and healthy. I mean, Rusev is one of my favorites. He is great. And he and Cesaro absolutely tore it up. Cesaro is fantastic. I mean, Cesaro, if he's not a world champion in the next 2 years, I'm going to be very annoyed because Cesaro is a world champion. He deserves that spot. I mean, has he got the fan support? No. But if you make him look like a serious threat to that championship, you keep him babyface, and the crowd will enjoy his work. The crowd will get behind me because he is that good in the ring. He is that exciting in the ring. I think I enjoy his matches more than anybody else's because his feats of strength, to me, that's what I like in a wrestler. That he can do these amazing moves, like these incredible things that I personally would never be able to do if I ever imagined it. I don't want to see a guy who can jump around and whatever. I mean, that's kind of cool, but, fly around, that's cool, kind of cool, but, seeing a guy who's physically just unbelievable in the ring, like Brock Lesnar, like, this guy is unbelievable, like, that's what I want to see. And Cesaro is a freak of nature. He is amazing. And to me, Cesaro needs to get an opportunity. He deserves the push. It's time to give him the chance. Give Cesaro a chance. I mean, he's had 3 incredible matches 3 weeks in a row. I mean, this guy has obviously clearly got the ability to really put on a show. And you can think about it. Think about all the great matches Cesaro could have, like Cesaro and Seth Rollins going for 30 minutes in a main event. That would be amazing. Cesaro and Cena in another pay-per-view main event. They're fantastic. Cesaro and Owens the big one for me, Cesaro and Brock Lesnar. I mean, that match would be absolutely insane. I think Cesaro and Brock Lesnar would be probably one of my dream matches. That match would be absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Will we ever see it? God, I hope so. So, Cesaro needs the opportunity. He was fantastic. Rusev, though, was certainly really, really good as well. I really, really like Rusev. This whole Rusev and Lana thing and Dolph Ziggler, I've said it before, I've said it again, it's just not working. And I'm glad, I don't think they really did anything just with it. I may have missed it, but I'm glad that if they didn't, I'm glad that they didn't, because Rusev needs to start winning, needs to start to be taken serious again. So I'm okay with him beating Cesaro. I mean, look at the way he beat him. He had to do everything in his power. I mean, the finish was horrible. You know, a super kick to the chest, that was it. I mean, I know Michael Cole, the idiot, said, oh, super kick to the head. Well, yeah, clearly it missed his head by about 6 inches. But nonetheless, I mean, it was a great match. And it was just, I guess, in the end, I mean, these guys just had nothing left. Cesaro just physically had nothing left to kick out. So I guess I kind of get that finish. And obviously, Cena just beat the shit out of Rusev until Rusev, I mean, I don't know if he was playing possum or he just kind of gave everything that he had in that final move, got the accolade in, and of course Kevin Owens is always going to come out. We always knew he was coming back. So Rusev got the victory of Cesaro in a great match. He put up a good fight in the Cena match as well. So, you know, he didn't go down, you know, he didn't lose. I mean, I swear to God, if Cena had hit that AA and then just pinned Rusev, there probably would have been a riot, because that would have been an utter burial for Rusev. I mean, I know he did have a huge long match and, you know, put up a hard fight, but for the guy just to go in a match with Cena and do absolutely no offense is ridiculous. But he got something in, and it wasn't all that bad in the end. So Rusev, Cesaro, big thumbs up from me. Kevin Owens and John Cena coming up. That's going to be good. I wouldn't mind seeing another Cesaro and Rusev match. I mean, that'd be great. I also wouldn't mind seeing Cesaro and Kevin Owens go one-on-one as well down the line. So I definitely hope they keep Cesaro relevant and get him in that US title picture, because he is doing really, really well at the moment. He's putting on some great matches, so I'm hoping that they can do something a little bit more with him in the future, like I said, and especially Rusev. For the love of God, get him away from Summer Rae, get him away from Dolph Ziggler, and just have this guy be the Bulgarian brute and kick some ass and finally be relevant again. And perhaps, I don't know, get him winning again. Start another winning streak. Just do something with the guy. Get him going again, because he deserves more than what he's been getting. A stupid love angle. A guy like him should not be in any position like that. Alright, so the final segment of the show was the contract signing. I mean, like I said, great Raw overall. I mean, I really enjoyed Brock Lesnar and Seth Rollins' interactions with one another. So, I guess they had the contract signing. Obviously, some more promos again. Seth Rollins bought some insurance. Brock Lesnar was too smart for that. He grabbed it, didn't want it, and Seth Rollins went for it and whatever. And then, these guys had a bit of a tussle, and then Brock Lesnar, well, it seems as though he was going to get beat up by Kane, but then Brock Lesnar just, killed Kane and destroyed his leg. So Kane's done, thank goodness. So we won't see a Kane run-in at the pay-per-view. I mean, I think we can all cheer with joy for that, but yeah, so, I mean, not much to really say, just a good segment, and I would have liked to have seen Lesnar get his hands on Seth Rollins, but that's what the pay-per-view is all about. You will see Brock Lesnar get his hands on Seth Rollins, and that's what Paul Heyman was talking about the whole time. So, at Battleground, which generally to me, the idea of Battleground isn't all that great. I think we've had, 2 Battlegrounds already? And both have been absolutely out of shit. But this one, I think, will be the best out of all. I think this one really has a lot of potential. I think Brock and Rollins will tear it down. Cena and Owens will kill it again. And, I don't know, what else have we got? Probably not much, really. I mean, we have Randy Orton and Sheamus for the 434th time, so that will be absolutely not exciting. So, I mean, there's going to be some bad, but there's going to be plenty of good there. So, Battleground's definitely worth watching. And since we're talking about Battleground, we might as well get on to the predictions already. So, I probably won't spend a lot of time on this, so let's kick it off. So, especially with the kickoff. King Barrett versus R-Truth. I think King Barrett's going to win. I don't care. I'm not going to watch that. Primetime Players versus the New Day. Well, from this, from the booking, I guess you have to say Primetime Players. I mean, are they going to have the New Day lose every single week, then finally win at the pay-per-view? I don't know. I mean, are the Primetime Players just going to hold the titles for 4 weeks and then drop them? I don't know. I think the Primetime Players will escape with the championships this time. Ryback versus Big Show versus The Miz for the IC title. Ryback's going to win this one. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. I think there's going to be a DQ. DQ finish, Sheamus wins. Or a count-out. DQ or count-out, Sheamus wins. And that's why I don't really care. I mean, I just don't expect either guy to lose. Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. I think this one's going to be pretty good. I mean, Roman Reigns obviously beat the shit out of Bray Wyatt on Raw. So, I think this will be a pretty good match. I think I'm going to look forward to this one. I mean, Bray Wyatt's matches, though, are really not all that exciting. But, maybe they'll tell a good story in this one. And I think this could be interesting. So, I'll definitely keep my eye on that one. I think again, we might see a screw finish, like screw job finish. I cannot see Roman Reigns losing clean, and I think Bray Wyatt honestly needs to win as well, so it's very difficult to say. So I'm going to say Roman Reigns will win, but, is that the way to go? Should Roman Reigns win after just 4 weeks of build-up and completely finish this feud up already? I don't know. I think maybe Bray Wyatt should win and then have Roman Reigns chase Bray Wyatt around for a while and make Roman Reigns earn it. John Cena versus Kevin Owens for the US Championship. Look, Kevin Owens just losing his NXT Championship to me suggests that he's going to win this US title. I feel as though Kevin Owens should win. I mean, John Cena, who the hell else is going to beat him for this US Championship? I don't see anybody beating him for that title unless it's Finn Balor or... I mean, Sami Zayn's a long way away. So the only guy I can really honestly see him losing it to is Finn Balor. And I don't think Finn Balor will be on the main roster for a while. So I think Kevin Owens is really the only choice. John Cena's held it since WrestleMania. He's had a good run. I really have enjoyed his championship run, all these open challenges. He's had a hell of a lot of great matches, so I think Kevin Owens will probably win this one and be a great way to kind of establish Kevin Owens as a legit threat. Otherwise, I really don't know what is next for Kevin Owens. I honestly see Kevin Owens as a really good potential authority member, but I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on that or how they're even going to get to that. But I definitely think Kevin Owens has a big future. So I think they should just give him the championship and see how he goes. I mean, John Cena, well, does he really need it? I don't think so. I mean, he's had a good run. He's kind of really given the championship a lot of credibility back, which, God, it needed. But I think it'd be good to kind of spice things up and give Kevin Owens the championship. And for the main event, like I said, I don't know, Seth or Brock. I still think Seth. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I think Seth's going to win. It's not a no DQ match, so I don't know. But if it's just plain old Seth and Brock in the ring, well then how the hell is Seth Rollins going to beat Brock Lesnar? I don't even think Seth Rollins could beat Jamie Noble up, so I have no idea. I think someone's going to come in and save Seth Rollins and, help him out. Maybe someone will turn heel and feud with Brock Lesnar. I mean, the rumor is that Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar might be having a match at SummerSlam, so maybe Roman Reigns turns heel and attacks Brock Lesnar. Would that make sense? Fuck no. But does WWE make sense? No. So I don't know, but I have no idea. I think if it's Seth and Brock one-on-one, clean fight, Brock Lesnar wins, screw job finish, Seth keeps the title somehow. And that's pretty much Battleground. I don't know if we're going to have any more matches added in. I mean, there's no Divas match. I don't think there should be. So I think that's the card. I don't think we're going to see any more matches thrown into it. We might see a Neville match with someone, I mean, there's no Dean Ambrose as well, so that's a bit of a worry. So I have no idea, but we might see another rematch between Neville and Stardust on the pay-per-view. I could see that happening. Alright, so we're moving on this time to what have I been playing? What has Brendan been playing this week? This week has been pretty much 2 games, and 2 games only. I haven't played a lot of God of War Ascension, but it's been one of the games I have been playing. I think I'm on chapter 21 or something like that, so I'm pretty much nearly finished the game, which is pretty good. the game's not too bad in the end. Like, I haven't really, the story, I haven't really got into it or whatever, but I do enjoy just the gameplay itself. The gameplay is fun. God of War is always fun. You know what you're going to get. So God of War is always a very fun and enjoyable experience. So I have definitely been enjoying God of War. I'm very close to finishing it. I'm working on the platinum. And speaking of platinums, I've pretty much already got the platinum for Rocket League, which was the new game that came out for PlayStation Plus this week. This game is really fun. If you haven't got Rocket League and you have PlayStation Plus, you are missing out, because this game is very, very fun. I really, really enjoy it. So basically, you are a car and you have to hit the big ass soccer ball into the goal. You're basically playing soccer or football with a remote controlled car. It's awesome. It sounds like crazy. It is crazy. It's awesome. It's so much fun. And I've been playing the living hell out of it. So I've pretty much got the platinum on it. I need one more trophy. But to get that trophy, all I have to do is play one more match. So yes, Christian, all I need is one more match. And as soon as I do that, I'll have the platinum. So the reason why I haven't played it yet is because I haven't been playing it on my usual setup, which is where my game capture is, and I like to record my platinum. So as soon as I go on next time, I'll have the platinum. So that's been very, very fun. So Rocket League, great game, and you'll see the platinum on my second channel, Brendan's Platinums, which is in the link. Well, actually, it might not be linked to this one, but you can find it on my channel. You go on my main channel page on YouTube, and you can find it. And I definitely reckon you guys should subscribe to that channel. Check it out. You guys can see what I've been playing as well. Kind of keeping an update of what I've been doing. It's like my own little trophy diary. You can, follow what I've been playing and follow what I've been up to. It's pretty exciting. So that's what I've been playing this week. And, obviously been working quite hard on getting TLC and my other videos done. So that took up a lot of time this week. And there was a lot of heartache and a lot of stress as well. So I didn't really get a lot of time for a lot of gaming leisure. It was more business related this week, more about getting the TLC and whatnot out for you guys. So that's this week. Hopefully next week I get a few more hours in. I did actually get SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 as well. My disc, I lost it, or I didn't get it. I thought I had it, but I didn't in the end. I was searching for it. I couldn't find it, so I did order another one off eBay. So I got another disc of that, and so I have been playing that. And I started a GM mode on that. I mean, my disc is really faulty, though. My disc is really, really shitty, so I might actually have to buy another one. It only cost me $5, so that's okay. I mean, if someone wants to send me one, that'd be cool. But I might have to get another one of that, because, it doesn't play, the music, the music cuts in and out, and sometimes the entrances and shit doesn't play, so it's really, really frustrating that the disc is kind of really faulty. But it makes you kind of relive some great childhood memories. And also 2007 GM mode, holy shit, is it way better than 2006, man. It is leaps and bounds better, but definitely it's still a lot of fun. GM mode is fantastic, by far my favorite game mode. But yeah, I'll definitely be playing a little bit more of it on 2007 than I will 2006. But that's pretty much it. That's all I've been playing this week. We do have a lot of fan questions this week, so I'm going to go ahead and get into them. Of course, if you do want to submit a question for next week's episode, you can do that on the forums, BrendenPlayz.com/forums. Go to BrendenPlayz, then go to General Discussion, and then go to Channel Discussion, and there'll be a Let's Talk Tuesday thread. Of course, there will be a link to it in the description of the video and of the podcast, so you can go there and you can obviously click straight away. You have to sign up to leave a question, and the sign up is free, of course. And another way to send in a question is by leaving a comment on the latest Let's Talk Tuesday video. So this is obviously Let's Talk Tuesday, I believe, number 63. I'm actually starting to number the episodes as well, if you just noticed, so we can keep track of the episodes a little bit easier. I mean, I should have done this from a long time ago. I don't know why I didn't do it. I was going to do it when I first started the podcast, but first started doing the videos over a year ago, but I didn't do it. I don't know. So, yeah, so definitely that'll be a little bit more easier. So on this episode, number 63, go in, put in a comment, and I'll read them out next episode if your question is good. And finally, voicemails. BrendenPlayz.com, on the right-hand side of the page, there'll be a huge voicemail button. You can leave a voicemail for the show. We had a lot of voicemails this week. We had a good response last week, but this week was great. We had a lot, so I really, really appreciate everyone that's been leaving the voicemails. Of course, name and where you're from is all I ask for in the voicemails. So, hey, this is John from New Zealand, and this is my question. So, it's just simple. I know who you are, know where you're from, so like I can recognize your accent. Like, we get some crazy people like from all around the world. I have no idea where you guys are from. Have no idea what your accent is if you don't tell me, so it's kind of easier for me to keep track and perhaps get to know you guys as well, just a little bit, because I'm sure, we already had a lot of people that's sent in questions on the voicemails more than once, so we can get some repeat, finger quote, offenders, repeat senders, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but some people sending in questions all the time, so I kind of know who you are, because we may have more than one John, and so I can keep track of who you are a little bit easier. Alright, so this week's voicemails, let's get straight into them.
What's up, Brendan? My name is Trey from North Carolina, and my question for you today is, at this time next year in your universe mode, who do you see as the WWE Champion on Raw, and who do you see as the World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown? I really hope this question gets answered on the next Let's Talk Tuesdays. Thanks, man.
Well, Trey, that's a good question. I mean, I really haven't thought about this at all. I mean, this is a question that I had to think about, and I still don't really know who it's going to be. But, I mean, you look at who's looking pretty good in the position they are in right now. I mean, Roman Reigns is on the rise, Dean Ambrose is doing well, Dolph Ziggler's doing well, Seth Rollins is obviously doing really, really well. I mean, we've seen Brock Lesnar had a great run, we've seen CM Punk just win the championship. There's a lot of guys that could easily do it. I mean, look at last year's champion. So this time last year, it was Ryback and Brock Lesnar. So those guys are still right up there. They're still in amongst it. So it could be anyone who's really doing well at the moment. I mean, sometimes these guys just have to wait their chance. So I know I'm not really giving you a definite answer. I'm going to say, like, the three guys in the Shield are probably going to have a good chance of being that. We might see some people who are coming in and are new. Like, I know Kevin Owens and Finn Balor and Sami Zayn. These guys are relatively new. Neville. These guys could come in and, have some singles success and, get themselves a championship gold.
Hey, Brendan, this is Jordan from South Carolina, or you may know me as Next Rising Star, J to the J Power on Twitter. And the question I have for you is, once Nikki Bella breaks AJ Lee's title record, who do you think will be the next diva to take the title from her? I think it's Lana, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. And keep up the Let's Talk Tuesday podcast, man. We love it. And more universe. Woo!
Well, I kind of already answered this question a bit earlier on, but I feel as though out of the divas that they've just brought up now, I think Charlotte might be the one they pick. But really, Becky, Paige, Sasha, or Charlotte are probably the leading contenders. I think giving Paige the championship would be taking 5 steps backwards. I don't think that's a good idea. But I think it's definitely out of those three. I don't think Becky Lynch is really their top pick, so I think to narrow it down, it's either Sasha or Charlotte. Which one will they pick? I don't know. I mean, obviously, Charlotte has been NXT Women's Champion before. Sasha Banks is currently the champion now, so they've given Charlotte the ball before Sasha Banks. Will they do it again? Considering that Sasha's still the NXT Women's Champion, will that kind of sway the decision? Okay, we'll keep the belt on Sasha, and then we'll give the main title to Charlotte. Is that how they're kind of thinking? So at the moment, my pick is Charlotte.
Hey Brendan, this is Dylan. What is your thoughts on what WWE is doing with Neville? Because personally, I really don't like it. I like the attire, I guess, not as much as I like this NXT look, but it's just, the gimmick is just killing me here. By the way, this is Dylan again from New York, and yeah, also, thank you for answering my question on Let's Talk Tuesday. J&J get killed, basically, so thank you for that.
Well, I really don't know what they're doing with Neville. I mean, to answer your question, We saw him lose to Stardust this week. It seems as though they're really starting to push him as this superhero kind of thing. And it was really cool though. The graphic they did with Neville and Stardust, I really liked that. I thought that was really, really cool. So they keep saying that he's like this superhero and the kids love him and whatever. He's got this cape already, so I think they're really going to start to push this whole superhero thing. Which, to be honest, I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I mean, I know they wanted to make him like that Mighty Mouse kind of superhero figure already, so they might be going back in that direction again. If he's going to be a superhero, just having a cape is not going to do it. The kids love the bright colours. He's wearing purple. I think he needs probably more colours. He needs probably face paint or a mask of some kind, which is probably not a good idea for Neville. But you think about it, he just doesn't really have anything to offer to the kids. What does he have? I mean, John Cena comes out wearing wristbands and a hat and a bright t-shirt every single week, so the kids like that. They like the bright colours, the superhero kind of, catchphrases, I'll never give up, follow your dreams, kind of shit like that. What does Neville do? He just comes out and does one flashy move every week. So they want to make him a superhero, but they're not really giving any kind of props to make him one. Like, what has he done to be a hero in any of these kids' minds? Nothing. He can't cut a promo, so that's a problem. He can't come out and cut a promo and really get himself over that way. He has to do it in the ring. And yes, he's exciting in the ring, but he needs more than one big move to really win over the fans. And especially the kids. So I think the kids like seeing the Red Arrow finisher. But if he's got the Red Arrow finisher, to be honest, I mean, we know we have the Green Arrow, but the Red Arrow, why is he not wearing red or something like that? Like, why does he not have an attire to kind of fit that and, work around that? Instead, it's just purple. What's purple for him? Like, what represents purple? I don't get that. So I just think his whole attire is not on point. His gimmick itself, I don't think he knows what he quite is yet. I don't think the writers know what he is yet. So I think at the moment they just have to kind of figure out who is Neville, what is he all about, before they can really start to push this guy. Because they obviously like Neville. I mean, they obviously keep using him in these big matches. I mean, he had a match with Jericho, obviously. I mean, he's not winning, though. Like, the thing is, he's not winning any of these matches. So, yes, he's like a quote-unquote superhero, but why would he be a hero? Superheroes always win. Superman always damn wins. That's why Roman Reigns is like Superman, and Cena's like Superman, because he always freaking wins. Whereas Neville, well, he's like, I don't know superheroes. I don't give a shit. I don't know. What's a bad superhero? You'll be thinking of one right now. I have no idea. I mean, who sucks? I mean, it's like Ant-Man. I don't know. I mean, that movie's probably going to be trash, but I don't know. What's a shit superhero? But whatever. But yeah, so Neville, he's just like a shit superhero. He doesn't win any matches. He loses every damn fight. And he doesn't have anything other than one big move. He's got nothing to really be excited about. So he just needs to find his gimmick, find who the hell he is, and sort that out, and then they go from there and actually start having him win. I mean, if he can't beat Stardust, then I'm starting to get a little bit concerned. Maybe R-Truth might be the next guy to beat him.
My name is Mike, and this is my question. Do you think after the Bray Wyatt-Roman Reigns feud, Bray Wyatt will get a title shot?
Well, with Bray Wyatt, who knows what the hell they'll do, because they might have Bray Wyatt beat Roman Reigns and then just amount to absolutely nothing. I think, honestly, though, Bray Wyatt will probably lose to Roman Reigns, so a championship opportunity probably won't be in his grasp. I wouldn't mind seeing Bray Wyatt, go for the Intercontinental Championship, have a feud with Ryback, a proper feud over the championship. I mean, you could say, Bray Wyatt, okay, I beat you all those weeks ago at, I think, was it Payback or Extreme Rules, one of the two. I beat you at that pay-per-view. Where now you're the champion. Shouldn't I be number one contender? I've beaten you, then you won the title. I know I can beat you. I deserve another opportunity. And this time I want the championship on the line. It's an easy way to start a feud. I don't think Bray Wyatt is quite ready for the world title yet. I mean, he's in-ring, just isn't cutting it for me. And his promos, he's had a few good ones recently, but it's always the same kind of thing. And once again, what is Bray Wyatt? What is he? He's a cult leader without a cult. He's a crazy guy who doesn't do anything crazy. what is Bray Wyatt? He doesn't know. We don't know what he is. So Bray Wyatt needs to find his character, needs to find who he is, needs to sort his character and his whole gimmick out and his promos out before we start giving him a championship belt. He needs to find who the hell he is before we can really give him a big push. I mean, he's really just been very stagnant. I mean, he's had this feud with Roman Reigns has been okay. It's had some highlights. It's been promising, but it hasn't really lived up to the promise that it's had. So, ever since The Undertaker, they built him up for The Undertaker, then he lost, and then what? I mean, he basically pretended that he never lost to The Undertaker and still called himself the face of fear, even though Undertaker beat him and kind of proved that he's still the face of fear. But I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with Bray Wyatt. That's the thing. Does anybody know what they're doing? I don't know, because they need to start figuring out what the hell Bray Wyatt is, who he's all about, and, once we figure all that out, perhaps we can start to give him a championship.
When do you think Randy Orton will win a title again? And this is Samir from the forums.
Well, shout out to Samir, my good friend on the forums there. I don't know when Randy's going to win another championship, because what are they doing with Randy Orton? They're kind of having him in these feuds where, he's doing okay. He's been putting over a lot of guys recently. I don't know if they're going to give him the ball and give him a run at any championship anytime soon. Nor should they. I mean, Randy Orton's been around for 11 years now. More than that. Jesus Christ. 13, 14 years now. So he's been around for a long time. The same length as Cena. And obviously Randy's not up there in age. So definitely Randy will probably win the title again at some time. But Randy, I think at the moment Randy's more like thinking about collecting his paycheck, and he's had a few vacations recently. I don't think his head is all quite in the game at the moment, so I think he's just happy just to flounder around, do his thing, and come in, get his paycheck, and then go home to his hot Latina wife. So I don't know. That's Randy Orton's kind of mindset at the moment. So will he win another championship? Yes. Will it be soon? I don't think in the next 12 months he'll be a champion. I think it's going to be longer than that. Will he win another mid-card championship? Maybe. I mean, we saw Cena do the whole championship thing, and that worked out well for him. Maybe Randy Orton can win the IC title and do that, and do perhaps the opposite and kind of legitimize the IC title. Cena's done the US title. Randy can do the IC title. That to me would sound good. I wouldn't mind that. But at the moment, obviously, Ryback's the champion, so one of those would have to turn heel. Please, God, don't make that happen. So I think at the moment, Randy Orton in the title picture is probably not going to happen. And, we saw Randy in the WWE Championship picture not too long ago. I think he's going to be the guy who'll be feuding for the title, but he won't win the title for quite some time. Alrighty, so that is it for our voicemails this week. So thanks again to everyone who sent in their voicemails. We had quite a lot this week, so I couldn't play them all, so I apologise if yours didn't get played. Definitely keep sending them in, and I'll try and get to your question next week. But we still have more questions to get through, so this one over on the YouTube comment section comes from Maroon YT. Who would you push, fire, or keep between Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, or Finn Balor? Alright, so I mean, at the moment, Kevin Owens is getting pushed, so I don't know. Okay. I'm firing Sami Zayn. Out of the three, I think Sami Zayn offers the least. I'm keeping Finn Balor. Actually, no, I'm keeping Kevin Owens and I'm pushing Finn Balor because I think Finn Balor has all the tools to be the man. So keep Kevin Owens, push Balor, fire Zayn. Next question. Eddie Aguirre. Brendan, who is on your shit list in WWE Universe mode? I don't really have a shit list in Universe mode. I mean, if I don't really like them in real life, I guess I don't really like them in Universe mode, but that's not exactly true. Like, I mean, I don't really like Bad News Barrett, but I did push him for quite some time. He had an opportunity at the world title at SummerSlam against The Undertaker. I gave Bad News Barrett an opportunity. I mean, I really see and view the wrestlers differently in Universe mode compared to how I see them in real life. I don't really have anybody on the shit list. I mean, if I do, then I got rid of them. Like we saw like Del Rio and, Rey Mysterio, whatever. Those guys, if I have to get rid of them, if they're not re-signing with the company or they've left the company, then they're on my shit list and I want to get rid of them. So that's really the only guys. So I don't really have anybody that's kind of active and current that's on my shit list. I mean, I pretty much use everybody. Some guys who suck, yes, I don't really give them much of an opportunity, like perhaps a Curtis Axel or an R-Truth, for example. But they're in a tag team, so like I find something for everyone to do. Even though if I don't have any plans for them in the immediate future, I try and get them to do something at least, so they're not doing absolutely nothing. Next one comes from Bacon Assassin Gaming. Do you think they've pretty much turned Brock Lesnar face? Also, what do you think they could do to improve the announcing on Raw? Yes, Brock Lesnar's a babyface, pretty clear. I mean, everyone's chanting Suplex City, he's a babyface. What could they do to improve the announcing on Raw? Perhaps, for starters, not have everyone yelling in their ear 24/7. Just let the guys be a bit more natural and not be basically WWE robots. Let these guys show some personality and say what they think, say what they want. These guys are just basically saying whatever Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn and Triple H yells in their ear. That's the thing. These announcers, yes, we can all say how bad they are, but a lot of the time, like, they're not. They probably could be a lot better. I mean, if they had a little bit more freedom, they could be pretty good. I mean, Byron Saxton and Michael Cole and the Beast in the East special show, they had a little bit more freedom, and they were a lot better on that occasion. So I think it's just a circumstance on Monday Night Raw where it's very hard because they have to promote this and this and this, and obviously the announcing style is a lot more different now compared to, especially when Jim Ross is doing it. So even if Jim Ross was on announcer right now, I still don't think he would really make the product all that better because, well, he's announcing all that better because it's more so of the WWE's new announcing style. I mean, we saw the list that got leaked this week of all the banned words. We can't say this, we can't say that, and how ridiculous it was. So things like that and not banning words. I mean, wasn't it the rumor this week that Backbreaker was now banned? I think that was kind of put to rest, though, as Michael Cole did say Backbreaker on Raw. I don't know if he slipped a tongue or whatever, but, banning wrestling terms is beyond ridiculous, and, things like that, it's just stupid. So we stop having so many filters and let the announcers be a little bit more natural, and stop having to promote every freaking thing, and then maybe the product and maybe the matches might be called a little bit more better. Larry Williams, he wants to know, do you play rugby? If so, what position? Which do you prefer to play? Rugby union, rugby league 15s or 7s? I'm a rugby league fan, and obviously I love rugby league, and I do like the 7s as well, the rugby league 9s, I should say. The Auckland Lions, I like that competition. That's growing on me. I have not played rugby league, though, since I was about 12 years old, so about 8 years ago. I only played it for about 2 or 3 years. I was a second rower. I like to think of myself as like a pretty decent halfback or a fullback. I probably was not, but I had pretty good ball handling skills because I play cricket, so I could always catch a ball pretty decently, and I could always move and run with the ball all right. But I had a little bit more size to me, so I was always in the second row. I had a pretty good offload, so that was kind of like my specialty. Every time I hit the ball up, I could always get the offload, so I was always one that could, create a second phase play. So I love playing rugby league, but I only played it for a little short period of time. I played soccer when I was growing up, and I played that until I was 10. I quit soccer, and I tried rugby league out for a year. It was alright, it just wasn't for me, I don't think. It just was not for me. I played school rugby league again, when I was 12, but that was the last time I had properly played it. I did definitely enjoy it. I just feel as though, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. I just didn't really... I was a huge fan of it, but I preferred just to watch it on TV and be the fan and not actually physically play it. The only sport I play now is cricket, and I probably will play that only. That'll probably be the only sport I probably play. Unless I kind of take up tennis. I do like tennis, but I don't think I will ever really play that competitively. Perhaps socially down the line, I might think about doing that more. I thought about taking up basketball, but as well, again, socially, yes. Competitively, probably not. I'd be horrible. I'm only like 6 foot tall, so I'd be useless. But yes, I don't play rugby anymore, but I'm a big fan of rugby league. I don't really like rugby union that much. To me, it doesn't interest me. I don't mind watching the test matches, but I don't know. I'd rather not. This one comes from Joe Meister. What are your thoughts on Jay Lethal winning the Ring of Honor World Championship? Good for him. Good for him. I mean, Jay Lethal, obviously a big talent, and he's still very young. I don't know why TNA let him go. That was a dumb move on their part. I don't know why WWE hasn't picked him up yet, so Ring of Honor, they've lucked out. They've got a good champion. Jay Lethal, I think, will be a great addition, and I think he could really help the company grow a little bit and get a few more eyes on the company, and I think Ring of Honor is making some good moves. I think Ring of Honor is really doing well. To me, they're the number 2 company right now. I think Ring of Honor has really improved. They still have a lot more improving to do, but if they can do that in the next 2 or so years, I think Ring of Honor, they're not going to be WWE level or anything like that, but they could have they might make a little bit of a splash. They might have the potential to be somewhat where TNA once was. I mean, there's obviously a lot of room in the market right now, in that secondary kind of market, not obviously the globally, but, in the diehard wrestling market. We're kind of looking for that next product. I know New Japan's doing really well, but that's a very niche market, so that second American company that can do really well, and, where all the guys who aren't in the WWE go to and really have success, I think Ring of Honor is going to be the show. Obviously, Austin Aries is now coming in, so perhaps Aries and Jay Lethal might have a feud for that world title sometime in the future. That'll be good for Ring of Honor. So I personally cannot watch Ring of Honor. It just isn't for me, but it's exciting to see Ring of Honor doing a little bit better than what they have been. I mean, Ring of Honor at one point, I was very worried about them. WWE basically poached all their talent. I wasn't really sure what the hell they were going to do now. But there seems that they've recovered from that, and they're doing a lot better than what they once were. So well done to Ring of Honor. They've recovered. How much further can they recover, though? Will they be able to recover and then go way beyond than what they were? They had the network deal with Destination America. I know that's not really a great network, but it's something. It's a start. Ring of Honor have an opportunity. And as Jay Lethal as their world champion, I think that's a good idea. But I feel as though the WWE may actually finally pull the trigger on Jay Lethal once his contract with Ring of Honor is up. So I don't know when that is, but if it does happen, it would certainly not surprise me. I think they might actually finally give the guy a chance. I don't know why they haven't really thought about it, really wanted him. But anyways, next up, again from Joe Meister. Are there any series on your channel that you considered doing but never got around to doing it? Yes, TNA Impact. I was going to do a playthrough on that last year when I got the game. I found the game, actually. I had it, for a long time. But I found the game again in my old stuff. And I thought about doing a series on it. I put up a poll on the website asking if people wanted to see it. A lot of people said yes, we'd love to see it, and I guess I just never really got around to doing it. I was thinking about it, but now I also have the PS2, so I have a lot more games I could possibly do series on, so there's definitely a lot of games that I'm thinking about doing it. Obviously the NBA series as well. I started that, I just never really got around to doing much. Also, I was going to do a UFC career mode playthrough. I actually started doing that, and I was going to do a full playthrough on that. I just never really got around to doing it. I also made a UFC video. Well, I recorded the clips for it. I never put the video together, but I made a 3-minute video, it would have been, of me getting some knockouts on UFC and doing a bit of a knockout montage. But I just never got around to putting that together. Never really got around to doing that. So, yeah, a few series like that. I mean, I think the UFC one would have been fun. I don't really know much about UFC, so that might have been a little bit embarrassing. But anyways, yeah, I had some fun on it. I think the UFC game was alright. It wasn't great, but yeah, I definitely thought about doing a series on that. So yeah, there has been a few. Next up comes from Tamer. Do you think Tyson Kidd will ever wrestle again? I think Tyson Kidd's one of those guys who, no matter what the world throws at him, he will do whatever it takes to get back in the ring. The wrestling, to me, seems like his life. It's all he's known. It's all he's ever wanted to do. So I really cannot see him doing anything other than wrestling. I know he's very lucky to be walking around right now, or soon. Very lucky not to be in a wheelchair. So I think Tyson Kidd will wrestle again. Should he wrestle again? That's a whole nother question. That's up to him to decide, though. But I think ultimately nothing will keep him out of that ring unless it's WWE doctors saying, look, you are in no condition to ever wrestle again. You are done. Even if that happens, I get the feeling he'll go to Independence and then still wrestle there at some point. Another one from Tamer. Your thoughts on WWE banning certain terms used on their shows? I did touch on this a little bit before, but it's ridiculous. I don't really know. Some of the words they ban is just stupid. I don't have the full list in front of me, but you probably already read it yourself. Some of the words they say is just ban. It's just so stupid. I mean, like, I think they banned, like, the title is on the line, or the title is changing hands. You can't say that. And I know that's been unbanned right now, but, the rumor was that Backbreaker was getting banned. So, like, there's some stupid idea. I don't know why. Vince McMahon just has bipolar or something, and some weeks he likes this word, the next weeks he doesn't. It's just wrestling terms. Like, these wrestling terms should be allowed to be used. It's just phrases that's used in wrestling. I don't know why it's getting banned. So, WWE just makes some so strange decisions sometimes. This one comes from Bailey14. My question is, when do you think it would be the right time for Sheamus to cash in? And who would make the most sense to cash in on? Never. I really don't want Sheamus to cash in at all. But if he has to cash in, well, it has to be on a babyface. He's a heel. So, would Brock Lesnar be the most sense? Well, no. I don't know. I mean, perhaps Roman Reigns wins the championship at some point. Then Sheamus cashes in on him. Perhaps Dean Ambrose gets the title at some point. Sheamus cashes in on him. That's the only two guys I can really see happening. I don't think Cena's going to win the belt anytime soon. So I think that's really the only two guys I can see. I don't think Brock Lesnar's going to win the title. So I don't see him cashing in on Lesnar. And then again, we've already seen Lesnar cashed in on. And even if Brock Lesnar is down, he's taken 40 chair shots to the head, do we honestly believe that Sheamus can beat Brock Lesnar? Hell no. So, Sheamus, to me, giving him the world title is a mistake. Honestly, I'd be very, very happy if he lost the briefcase. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think he's going to be champion. And it's either going to be probably... My pick would be Dean Ambrose. I think Dean Ambrose, I could see, honestly, getting like a couple of week run or winning it, and then Sheamus cashing in on the same night and ruining the party. Final question for today's episode comes from Jack Miller. What did you think of another contract signing to end Raw again? And how could they spice up contract signing scenes? I don't know how they could really change it up. We've seen so many contract signings. Is there really any way to kind of make it unique? I mean, should we change like the setting of it? Have a little bit more in the ring rather than just a table and two chairs. Should we do something different for that? I don't know. I personally don't mind contract signings. We know what it's going to happen. These guys are going to cut a promo, sign the contract, and then, beat the hell out of each other. Or chaos is going to happen. And I don't mind that. So it's simple, it's effective, it works. But yes, they need to find some way to spice it up. And I really don't know. I mean, other than changing the setting, the kind of the feel to it, should they have a clause in the contract itself that says you can't physically attack each other? But they've already done that kind of thing as well. So I really don't know. I don't know how they fix contract signings, but I don't mind them. They don't really do them all that often. I mean, it's for big matches they should do contract signings, not for every damn match they do, but for big ones, definitely. And that's it. That's our final question for today's episode. Of course, again, if you want to leave a question, do it on the forums, leave a voicemail, or in the YouTube comment section, put in a question. Thank you so much, guys, for listening on this week's edition of Let's Talk Tuesdays. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, you can download this episode on Spreaker, Stitcher, iTunes, or listen to it on YouTube as well. Make sure you check out the forums at BrendenPlayz.com/forums. Please sign up. It's free. Come along and chat about wrestling. Battleground, we're going to have a big live chat on Battleground. Do not miss it. It's going to be awesome. Hoping we have 20 plus people on the chat, all discussing Battleground whilst it's happening this Sunday. That's going to be very, very exciting. Looking forward to that. So I hope you guys, if you haven't already, sign up for that alone and come along and chat with me and many other great BrendenPlayz fans as we discuss Battleground. Of course, there's plenty of other things to discuss on the forums as well. Check out the website as well for everything to do with BrendenPlayz, the Twitter at BrendenPlayz, the Facebook, BrendenPlayz Official. The links to those will be in the description or on my channel page. You know where to find it. So make sure you do that. We're almost at 500 likes on the Facebook page. So if you have not already liked the Facebook page, please go ahead and do it right now. That'd be fantastic. If you are listening to this show on YouTube, hit the like button on this video as well. Let's try to get 100 likes. And, of course, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. And if you haven't already, leave a rating on iTunes. Jesus Christ, we have a lot of things we have to beg you guys to go and do. But if you can do one of those things, that'd be fantastic. I really hope you guys have a fantastic week. I've had a very, very good week. This was a really good week in wrestling, in my opinion. I really enjoyed Raw, so I'm very happy. I'm looking forward to Battleground. I hope you guys are looking forward to Battleground too. I look forward to hearing about all your opinions on Battleground for next week's show, and I look forward to hearing all your questions and answering them for you next episode. So thank you so much, guys, for checking out this week's Let's Talk Tuesdays. See you next Tuesday.